Hey guys, welcome back. We just got back from the apple orchard where we picked some honey crisps and some galas. So I'm gonna make kind of like an apple bread for us to enjoy after dinner or in the morning for breakfast. So I'm gonna cut these up, but before that, I have my sourdough starter here. I just pulled this out of the fridge, so I figured on a warm sunny day it can sit here. I'm just gonna throw these in there and then add some sugar and the rest of the flour to it. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. The apple orchard was really fun. It was a local farm. I went with my best friends and his kids, and we just had a really good time and a blast. So without further ado, I'm gonna start cutting. I'm just gonna cube these up with my knife out here. Nothing too fancy since they're gonna get baked. And then I also have pumpkin spice seasoning inside, so I might throw that in there. I think we also have cinnamon, so I might throw some cinnamon in there as well and then bake this at 350 for I think half an hour is what the recipe said. I have a recipe from the 70s I found that I'm gonna try. We might not need all these apples. I don't think my pan's big enough for this whole bowl. So we'll do one of these honey crisps and then try one of the galas and see where that gets us. I think I brought maybe too many apples out. I'll add two more apples. We gotta add some flour that's pretty wet. So we'll do another honey crisp and then also one gala. Then with these cores, I plan on making apple cider vinegar with those. So that could be another video, but quite simple to do and nothing goes to waste. Right, that looks like a no. Just want to get these apples coated with the sourdough, and then I'll add some flour. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think honey would be better in this. I have some local honey that we've done ourselves. My parents have a bunch of beehives, so we do our own local honey. So I might add that in here instead of sugar. That way we have the natural sugars from the apples and then honey just as a sweetener. Gonna add some more flour. This looks pretty wet. And then I might let this sit before I actually throw it in the oven, just so the sourdough can kind of incorporate itself and rise. It's pretty wet. And then I just kind of use jars. I don't really have measuring cups. So I just use a jar, fill it up, sprinkle it on, mix it in, see if that works. Probably add a pinch of salt when I go inside as well. And it's looking pretty good. Gonna let this sit. All right, so that's what it kind of looks like. Kind of chalky, kind of crumbly. Looks delicious. The rest of these apples, might make some applesauce with them. We have a lot to get through. Also, might eat some. Dewey wants one, so I'm gonna give him an apple. You don't want one. You just want to sniff it. One. All right. So I'm going to be adding the honey, and then I'm going to pull out the pumpkin spice or cinnamon and be adding it on here. So I'm just going to do a spoonful, little spoonful that comes with my tea mug, and incorporate that in. I got my pumpkin pie spice, so I'm going to dash that on here. Not really going to measure anything. I really don't do that much. Just throw it on, and then I'm going to give this a stir, and then I'm going to plop this in a pan. Looks good. Might add a dash more, just for safekeeping here. And keep on mixing till it looks ideal. I have my baking pan out here. I have the oven set to 350 and I'm gonna butter this. Now that the pan's buttered, I'm gonna pour our mixture of apples into this pan and throw this into the oven now that it's preheated. And probably let that bake for about 30 minutes and check on it. I don't really know. I'm just kind of following what feels right. Kind of what I do here in my kitchen. Um, my inspiration recipe is this brown sugar apple pie recipe from the 70s I found, and I'm not making that. So that was my inspo. But we'll spread this out and get this in the oven.